There, so today we have another review. This is not even beer, but I reviewed hot sauces for you guys. So I saw this one recently, and I thought I'd try it out. This is the Hot Ones Scorchin Pringles, based off the classic hot sauce. The classic is actually very tasty. I mean, obviously not the hottest of the bunch, like just like I think it's like somewhere in the middle, but they're actually on the lower end. But here's how this one tastes out. Checks out. Nice red chip. Oh, I can smell it right. Wow. For a mass-produced chip, it actually has a little kick to it. Generally with the stuff like mass-produced, like I just have such low expectations on heat, right? Like I'm always about like supermarket level hot sauce for me is like mild to medium, right? Like we're talking like Frank's, like when people ask at work, like how are your wings? I'm like, not really. Really have to get me there like a notch for me, like probably 2 notches above Frank's to really like, all right, I'm gonna enjoy this. And then a little further, I'm like, all right, now I'm like sort of in pain, and then blah blah, it gets worse and worse. But very garlic in here, garlic powder, yeah, for sure, garlic powder. The color, red 40, so that's what you get a little bit of color from. It's actually pretty tasty and delicious. Like. What does it taste like? It's a garlicky, you know what? It's called classic, but it honestly tastes a little bit like sriracha. Sriracha has this like extra garlicky kick that you don't get from like American hot sauces, right? And it's a little sweet too, compared to like the super acidic kind of like Tabasco or Frank's or something like Frank's. Or Texas Pete, blah, blah. Like all the American hot sauces are generally like quite acid forward. This one's got a little bit of sweetness, a little bit extra kick compared to American hot sauces. And it's got a lot of garlic on it. You guys can judge what you want, but I would judge this as like, this is, the store would probably call this like extra hot. I consider this like medium plus, like just enough to like give you a little like tingle, but everybody's different, right? So who am I to judge? I'm gonna judge how I judge. This is medium plus, definitely not hot. Like hot for me, like you're getting there. Like ooh. It's like just medium plus, right? So in Britain, we call these crisps, and I assume like this kind of beer would do well with it. So let's try that. Let's try this pairing out. So I have a pairing too. This, by the way, recommended. I'm giving this guy like for Pringles flavor. This got to be one of the best flavors. Like I love heat. Pringles are pretty great because they're like not overly like greasy and all that stuff, but they don't have the wonderful texture like kettle chips too. So like if you're into Pringles and you're into heat, this is like slam dunk. This is like AA plus. For regular chips, pretty good. I'm gonna give it like an AA minus. So I would definitely revisit this because again, if you go to the store and you're trying to find like something spicy, there are not many things that are this spicy. Like this is for me, like extra hot in the world of like spice that you can buy on the shelf. Like there's few things I imagine like in the snack realm like you could buy that is spicier than this. Hits your lips, it tingles, yeah, cool. See, this beer for me, it's just so like buttery. It's just so buttery. Like I don't think like that is like necessarily a bad thing in some styles, but it's almost offensive. Like it's so much on it. So you have like a spicy garlicky chip with this kind of like a little bit bitter, a little bit malt, like moderately bitter, a little bit of malt. That's a so-so pairing, Like the bitterness doesn't really do much for it. The acid doesn't really do much for it. Like this beer ends up being just like they just seem to like go on different wavelengths, right? There's not much like complimenting and not much contrast going on. Like they just seem to like be two ships just like riding past each other. That's my mind. I mean, you get a little bit of malt to like fatten up that like really like clean kind of potato chip thing going on. Like the potatoes like very pale and kind of grainy flavors, and get a little bit of malt on top of that. The bitterness, like this thing's not that greasy, right? Like Pringles in general, like they're not oily chips, so like the bitterness doesn't really contrast too well with the Pringle. And then arguably the bitterness clashes with the heat. I don't know, I don't really care about that kind of like clash. The garlic doesn't really like meld well with like the butter, the woodsy bitterness. So let's not go with that pairing. That doesn't quite work. So whatever, Britain. Probably with other crisps, it'll do well. But that's a tasty chip. That's like knockout out of the world kind of Pringles flavor. For if I had to rate it as a like a chip, like a snack. As a snack, it's pretty addictive, man. I like the heat. I'm giving a solid A minus. So A minus for me, that's like a 92, right? 92. That's a really good chip. Is it that good? It is that good though. But then like I'm in the world where like, if this is that good, like how could I give it a 92? Like what gets a higher rating then? We'll just bump it up. It's a 94. It's a 94. This is a real good chip. I'm enjoying it. Check it out. Spicy. You like spicy? You're gonna love this. Cheers later.